Hi everyone, have a great day. This is page number 53. The question: the screw coolers of the 1980s are no longer favored today. Instead, fluid-based stripper coolers are preferred. What are the main disadvantages of screw coolers? Answer: high equipment capital cost, lower limestone utilization, and fuel burnup efficiency. These two increase the plant operating cost, large cooling water requirement, unrecoverable solid heat loss, lowering boiler efficiency, numerous mechanical and operational problems that invited acceptable downtime and maintenance. Unacceptable downtime and maintenance. How did the stripper cooler overcome the drawbacks of screw coolers? The stripper cooler was developed to tide over these disadvantages of screw coolers and to provide a system complementing the AFBC process. The fluidized bed stripper cooler performs the following functions: selectively removing coarse spent bed material to control the solid inventory in the lower dense bed region of the furnace, selectively sorting out and removing overized bed material from the furnace, classifying and re-injecting the fine unreacted limestone and fuel particles from the bed material extracted from the furnace, cooling the spent bed material down to an acceptable time before discharging it into the disposal system, recycling the stripping and cooling air to the furnace and thereby making a recovery of heat from the spent bed material, ensures almost total burnout of char and thereby minimizing damage drainage of coal in the spent bed ash. We can see the diagram of stripper cooler courtesy Foster Wheeler Corporation, New Jersey 08809 4000 USA. In this diagram, in bottom diagram, in side view diagram, we can see the stripper gas outlet in the left side top and solid inlet and plenum and drain in the bottom of the diagram. Cooler gas outlet is top of the diagram. And the top view, we can see the solid inlet in the sideways. We can see the three compartments and drain in the right side corner of the compartment. The next question: what is the stripper cooler and how does it operate? The stripper cooler is simply a refractory lined box with typically three fluidized compartments as we see in the diagram. One stripper zone, two cooling zones. Cold primary air that is bypassed around the primary air heater is used to fluidize the material in each zone. The air flow rate to the stripper zone is independently controlled to provide a sufficiently high fluidized velocity to entrain fine material so that it can be reinjected back into the furnace along with the fluidized air that then becomes part of the secondary air for combustion. The air flow rate of the cooling zone is controlled to the level occurred to adequately cool the solids and maintain the fluid's velocity above a minimum level of good mixing. The stripper and cooler zones have separate ducts to return the fluidized air to the furnace. The cooling zones use a common duct, source SP98, FW Tech paper. The next question: why is the fluidized bed stripper cooler divided into multiple compartments? Answer: to simulate a counterflow heat exchanger from a temperature differential standpoint. The next question: the risk of firing coal are relatively low. Until recently, a primary fuel considered in commercial projects utilized as CFB boilers was usually low-grade bituminous containing high levels of sulfur and ash moisture. However, today's utilities are bent on burning waste and alternative fuel such as petcoke and anthracite gum than coal in CFB units. Why? Answer: the economic advantages of firing waste and alternative fuels are low delivered cost. In most cases less than $10 per ton. very low ash and moisture content, therefore reduced cost of transportation and fly ash disposal. Minimum feed size reduction required, very high heating value, coarser, cheaper limestone is utilized. These advantages reward a 30 to 40% reduction in steam production cost compared to CFB coal. Question: how far does the CFB boiler lend itself to the electric utility system? Answer: a power generating station required its boilers to operate steadily on base load, supplemented by the capacity to meet rapid load fluctuation as and when required. The design of stoker fired boiler renders it inherently cumbersome to perform sharp increases or decreases in load. Hence, it is lucrative and rather a practical proportion to base load them whenever possible, and then integrate the system with the CFBC boiler to add new flexibility into the utilities operation. The CFB boiler has demonstrated very fast load increase and shedding capabilities on automatic control. Also, the CFB unit can be hot slumped and kept bottled up in a hot condition for periods exceeding even 14 hours. This enables the unit to be brought back into full load in a very short time without taking recourse to start up gas burners. Question: can the cycling operation of CFB be cost effective? Yes. The 20 megawatt AFBC boiler, ACFB boiler of MPU has been routinely cycled since 1991. A normal operating pattern is to hot slump the unit at about 10 o'clock at night and hot restart the unit at 5 o'clock in the next morning. During this time, the MPU buys the low cost electric power to supply the city of Manitowoc at the lowest cost. Note: despite the cycling operation coupled with many hours of firing different fuels, the MPU unit has demonstrated at high availability 100%. Source: update of waste fuel firing experience in fossil fuel circulation fluid bed boilers. IF Abdullahi Navazo. Question: how do fuel feeders in a CFB furnace work? Answer: these fuel feeders must be uniformly injected into circulating mass of fuel solids. The fuel flow must be uninterrupted and coking must not occur. An air shaft fuel feeder developed by Foster Wheeler is illustrated in figure. Question: what is Intrex? Answer: Intrex is integrated cycle heat exchanger. Integrated cycle heat exchanger. A patented design developed by Foster Wheeler for reheat steam generator design. In fact, it is a bubbling bed that forms an extension of the furnace at the point where fly ash is returned to the furnace from cyclone. Question: how was the concept of Intrex born? In order to accommodate the reheat steam cycle, the CFB steam generator must be configured for optimum heat transfer for feed water heating, steam generation, main steam superheating, and reheating. Because of the low operating temperature range 1115 degree to 1170 degree of the CFB, the split between furnace and heat recovery area, heat absorption gets defined. As consequence, there is not much leftover heat in the flue gas entering to the HRA to accomplish all superheat and reheat. Therefore, it requires some sort of superheating, reheating in the furnace solid recirculation loop. This concept was translated by Foster Wheeler Corporation into reality in the shape of Intrex to provide a means of transfer a part of the furnace heat absorption duty into a bubbling bed heat exchanger, eliminating the need for an excessively tall furnace or the need to install furnace panels that may experience excessive erosion, which permits combustion to occur below the fusion point while ensuring optimum temperature for limestone sulfur capture and reduced NOx formation and stacked combustion that further reduces NOx emissions. So we will see the diagrams in the next video. Thank you.